Yo, what's going on, Exclusive Thoughts fam? It's Troy Spry, certified life and relationship coach, speaker, and author of the book. Y'all know the book, Teach Me How to Love, or What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. I want to drop a quick Teach Me How to Love Chronicles on you because I put up a post the other day, and I want to expand on it a little bit. All right? And the reason I want to expand on this is because I feel like one of the issues plaguing our relationships is that we don't have any staying power, right? And so we want to be in a relationship, but we don't want to be in the relationship. So follow me on that. A lot of us want to be in a relationship, but don't want to be in the relationship. So what I put up the other day, I said, you don't solve relationship issues with space and time. You solve relationship issues with communication and actions. Because for some reason out there, we still over 30 plus, or whatever it is, still taking breaks in relationship and thinking that space and time are going to solve everything, when really that's not the case. So let me give you 3 reasons why space and time aren't going to be the answer to your relationship issues, right? Or taking a break isn't going to be the answer. Number 1, you just end up in a vicious cycle, right? So a lot of times you take a break, or you take time, or you take space from one another, but you don't solve anything, right? So you just break up to make up, and then you break up again, and you're back on the vicious cycle, the emotional roller coaster, but you never really got to the core of anything. You never solved anything. You never got to the reasons why things happened the way they did. Instead, you just let a little bit of time go past just so that you can feel better and get over your emotions, but you didn't solve anything. So you end up in the same argument the next month, or the next month, or the next month, and you never really get anywhere in a relationship. You don't grow. So that's reason number 1. Number 2, when you, look at my little list here, you don't develop any skills by running, right? That's the second point. You don't develop any skills by running. So relationships take skill. Communication takes skill. It's a skillful thing. It's not something that you just naturally know how to do all the time. People tell you communication is the key. But see, when you run away from the relationship, when you have an issue, you're not creating any skills. You're not learning conflict resolution. You're not learning the tone you should take, the timing in which you should do it. And you're not learning how to do things. You're not investing in learning skills because you're too busy running. Right? And that leads me to my next point. A lot of times you're taking a break because you're too busy running to the arms of somebody else. Right? Hear me on that. A lot of times you're just spending time. You're not really focused on each other during your break or during the space or the time. You feel like that gives you a liberty to go confide in someone else. And so you're not focused on fixing a relationship. You're focused on the space you took, and now you don't have the connection or commitment that you had. And so now you're worried about other people outside of the relationship. And then when you get bored with that, you come back to your relationship. Well, that's not going to get it. That's not going to solve anything. That's not going to help you have any staying power in a relationship long term. So stop playing around. It's time for us to grow up in these relationships and understand you don't solve issues with just space and time. You got to have communication. You got to have different actions, because things don't change unless you do. All right. So ladies, when it comes to, some of these issues, stop thinking you're always right. Right. There are a lot of times where you aren't right, but you haven't taken time to even hear the man out about, your part in this situation. And fellas, stop with the whole, I don't want to talk about it. Right. Yeah, you got to talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, nothing gets solved and you end up in that vicious cycle. So everybody has some self-reflection they got to do. Everybody's got to change a little bit if you want to have more staying power in the relationship. And that's what it's got to be about. If we're going to have long-term healthy relationships, we got to have more staying power, right? But staying power only comes with skills. So when's the last time you invested in your relationship? All right. Remember, the takeaway is this. You don't fix relationship issues with space and time. You fix relationship issues with communication and actions. All right. Go get the book. Teach Me How to Love, or What You Don't Know Will Hurt You. You can get it on Amazon or Kindle. Go read the reviews, because somebody out there needs it. Somebody needs this video. Take time, share it with somebody that needs to hear it. All right? Peace.